Elon Musk is weighing in on rumors that Christopher Nolan has cast Oscar-winning Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy in the big screen version of the Greek poet Homer's epic, The Odyssey. Now, Musk claims that Nolan has lost his integrity. Ooh, you know, because Homer described this fictional character as fair-skinned blonde who was so beautiful that men started a war over here. I don't know if you realize this. Lupita is also considered one of the world's most beautiful women. So I'm not sure what you're trying to say. You don't actually have to go to the movie.
Yeah, what does he care?
You don't, well, I don't know why you feel like you need to speak on this. And I would suggest looking in a mirror if you have any concerns about people's looks, if this is where we're going. And don't bother to try to clown me, baby. I know what I look like. You know, there's so many things I want to say to you that are rude and awful, but I won't do it. But know that I'm thinking it. Anybody else?
I'm thinking it too.
Yeah.
No, you know, we all know Homer's, you know, Iliad and the Odyssey. We also know that there are like sirens and fictional characters, and anyone can portray a fictional character, and that white beauty is, you know, beauty in and of itself is subjective. There is no standard of beauty. It doesn't have to be a white person that plays this part. But I think we need to call a thing when we're talking about someone like Elon Musk. He has trafficked in white supremacy. On the internet, on social media, on X for quite some time. He sparked some controversy just on January 8th, calling for white solidarity and warning that white men would be slaughtered if they became a minority. He also posted in September that white people are a rapidly diminishing minority of the global population. And in December, he said that the South African government is super racist against anyone who isn't black. And he has also said that he is not African, that he is actually of British and English descent. And so we know what this is. He is a white supremacist. In my view, he is a racist. And I think we call a thing when someone
Well, then
like
maybe
Elon Musk
no one
speaks
should
out.
tell him that Jesus was Middle Eastern, because that's also a debate that a lot of people have of a much older book. But I think also Musk should be focusing right now on his offices were just recently raided because of the sexual deepfakes in Grok, his AI, and also Holocaust denial. So I think he's got a lot of reading up to do on some things, and he's got bigger fish to fry than characters in a movie.
How does he even have this time on his hands? Like, he runs some of the biggest companies in the world, and just to sit around and being angry about this, but also, I just think it's kind of rich to, like, take the under on what's expected to be Christopher Nolan's, like, magnum opus. This movie is so stacked with stars. It's going to be incredible, and it's also one of the greatest stories ever told. And I would remind people, Homer's The Odyssey was often passed down verbally because the languages and over time. There are probably a million changes to it that we don't even know what the original text is. And that's the fun of imagination. It can be anything you want it to be.
You have one.
Well,
he does not.
Gypsy the play, which was based on Gypsy Rose Lee's mother, who was a white woman who was a wasp of some sort, was replaced by Audra McDonald, that part.
It's fabulous.
And it did very well. So, I mean, it's business-wise, Elon, you're really, you're not really
Elon,
making
just
much
sit down.
sense.
Just go,
Take a
for
seat.
this, when it comes to artistic stuff, go sit down, please. But before we go to
Also
break.
politics, he should sit down.
Well, you should just,